With the massive technological leap that's happening these days in the automotive industry, it seems like finding a good balance is one of the biggest challenges. It looks like many car makers became prisoners of their technological advancement in the way that some of the most essential aspects of car design seem a little bit neglected. That's why the 2024 BMW X4 feels quite refreshing, even though it doesn't receive a redesign or any major changes. It's young enough to be considered fresh and competitive, but it's also old enough so it's not necessarily over-designed and over-engineered like some of the most recent models from the Bavarian carmaker. Stay with us, as we are about to find if the 2024 BMW X4 is still the perfect balance of sport and utility. As we've just mentioned, the current generation of BMW's compact crossover has been around for a while, so it still hasn't received the latest design language in tech. Instead, it rather offers a familiar design, everything BMW used to do until a few years ago. Modern tech in combination with classic aesthetic solutions, along with BMW's well-known trademarks, such as an engaging handling and overall driving experience. The current generation of the X4 was introduced in 2019, but it still looks surprisingly fresh. Of course, there's an attractive front-end design with a sharpened but normally sized kidney grille and headlights, which isn't something we could say for the latest models of this brand. But the X4 is much more than a pretty face. Its sleek coupe line keeps it from aging extremely well and clearly indicates that there is much more under the sheet metal. And indeed there is. Under the skin, you will find such precision in terms of the chassis and suspension setup. And even though BMW still keeps some more basic technical solutions, such as the McPherson strut at the front, the overall result is impressive. This is easily one of the best compact crossovers you can buy if athleticism is one of your top priorities. Once you sit in this crossover, you forget everything experts have been telling you about SUVs and the limitations that come with increased ground clearance. Moreover, even bulky dimensions and solid curb weight don't stop the X4 from offering a driving experience you would normally expect from a sports sedan, even by BMW's standards. Naturally, all that comes at a cost, in the way that the ride feels a little bit firmer compared to key rivals from Audi and Mercedes-Benz, but all in all, we can say that the vehicle is well balanced and is comfortable enough to satisfy more demanding drivers. Considering the fact that the current generation has been around since 2019, it doesn't surprise that the X4 still doesn't feature that massive panel that integrates instrument cluster and infotainment system screens. Instead, things are rather classic in this case, and to be honest, we like it that way. BMW knows how to design a dashboard that ages with grace. Things may not be flashy, as in the case of some premium rivals, but such a simplistic design is what makes the BMW X4 look elegant, mature, and pretty fresh. We also find the more conventionally designed instrument cluster quite refreshing in today's world of technological overkill that comes from pretty much every car manufacturer. Solid build quality, generous offer of standard equipment, and a nice selection of materials are just one part of the story of X4's interior. The other one is passenger space and overall practicality. This cabin is also quite spacious, even though we are talking about the smallest fastback SUV in BMW's offer. Thanks to the long wheelbase, the amount of legroom is pretty solid, pretty much on par with any compact luxury SUV. On the other hand, the sloping roof does limit headroom a bit, though the X4 still can accommodate 3 average-sized persons in the second row pretty comfortably. For the same reason, the cargo area isn't as spacious as in the case of X4's closest relative, the X3, which is one of the most cargo-friendly models in the class. Instead, you may count on about 18.5 cubic feet behind the second row and 50 cubic feet in total. That's not bad, but definitely is below average for the segment. The X4 comes with a trim-level organization that's based on the powertrain choice. So, base models, known as xDrive 30i, come powered with a Turbo 4 engine, as well as a pretty long list of standard equipment. The base X4 brings 19-inch wheels and adaptive LED headlights. On the inside, you get dual-zone climate control, a digital instrument cluster, a 12.3-inch infotainment screen, smartphone integration, and various driver assistance systems. Some of them are forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, lane departure warning, parking sensors, and more. And once again, typically for BMW models, there are several available packages, starting from the convenience package that adds proximity keyless entry and adjustable lumbar support on the driver's seat. The next one is the premium package, with heated seats and a steering wheel. For less experienced drivers, there's also a so-called parking assistance package, with automatic low-speed braking, surround view camera, automated parking system, etc. Even with this most basic engine, the X4 can be equipped with the M Sport package, with various styling upgrades, M-branded steering wheels, and M Sport suspension. Moreover, the M Sport also unlocks the Dynamics handling package, with bigger brakes and new selectable drive modes. The next trim in the line is the M40i, which comes with an inline-6 engine and way more standard equipment. As the name suggests, features from the M Sport package and Dynamics handling package are all part of the standard equipment, while this trim also unlocks the Driving Assistance Professional package. That equipment group adds a few more advanced active safety systems, such as adaptive cruise control, lane keeping system, and front cross-traffic alert. Finally, no matter which trim level you choose, you may count on a couple of standalone options, such as leather upholstery, heated seats, wireless charging, premium Harman Kardon audio system, remote engine start, and ventilated front seats. If there's one reason we like BMW, that's the powertrain. And of course, the X4 isn't any different. It comes with a couple of super refined turbo engines on offer, starting from the well-known 2-liter 4-cylinder, which is good for about 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That's just enough to ensure an engaging ride. Combined with the excellent 8-speed automatic and standard all-wheel drive, this base version, known as the xDrive 30i, hits 60 in a little bit over 6 seconds. But more importantly, even this base engine feels at home at higher revs, and that's yet another reason why the X4 is such a joy to drive. But things get even better with the M40i, as this model brings BMW's biggest trademark to the table, the inline-6. Equipped with the latest iteration of BMW's famous 3-liter Turbo 6, the M40i puts out 382 horsepower and 365 pound-feet of torque, so it's no surprise that driving dynamics are as great as the exhaust note. Thanks to the standard launch control, this variant of the coupe SUV needs just a little bit over 4 seconds to hit 60. The M40i is much more than just an engine upgrade. It gets a bit of M treatment, which translates to upgraded suspension, brakes, and many more, including a bunch of unique styling details. Those upgrades are the key reason for X4's nimble handling, excellent braking performance, and the driving experience that's on par with many sports coupes and sedans on today's market. But that's not all the X4 has to offer. As you would expect from every genuine BMW, there is also a high-performance M version, which gets full treatment from the company's performance division. This model brings so many upgrades, so it's no surprise that the starting price is $25,000 higher compared to the base xDrive 30i. Of course, there is a full suspension upgrade, along with new brakes, chassis reinforcements, and various visual enhancements, but the key upgrade is, as you may presume, under the hood. The X4M comes with a twin-turbocharged version of the 3-liter inline-6, and it is rated at quite impressive 473 horsepower. But that's not all. There is also the competition version, with an extra 30 horsepower and further suspension upgrades. That 503 horsepower version of a vehicle that's officially an SUV offers a supercar level 0 to 60 acceleration of 3.2 seconds and is enough to consider the X4M one of the quickest SUVs on today's market. Since there are no significant upgrades over last year's model, we are glad to share with you that the Bavarian carmaker hasn't brought any significant price increase for the 2024 BMW X4. Base models equipped with a Turbo 4 engine now cost around $55,000. The M40Y with its joyful inline-six engine now starts at around $67,000. As for the X4M and X4M competition, things are also pretty similar to the 2023 model. The standard X4M starts at around $80,000, while the X4M competition would cost you an extra $7,000. As for the competition, key rivals are the Mercedes-Benz GLC Coupe and the Audi Q5, of course. But the X4 also keeps pace with more expensive, performance-oriented classmates, such as the Porsche Macan or the Maserati Levante. Oh, and we almost forgot the most natural rival, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. What do you think about the 2024 BMW X4? Is it still fresh enough to keep up with the competition? Which one would you choose? The X4 or Alfa Romeo Stelvio? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.